Why is it that some players are able to drop 20 bombs in Division 1, while you can barely qualify out of Div 4? If you think it's all about genetics, then you're missing the real reason that you're stuck. Because there's actually something happening in your brain right now that is holding you back and limiting your potential without you even realizing it. And until you understand this, making progress in this game becomes 10 times harder. Everyone always talks about mindset, but almost nobody actually understands it. Because if you did, you wouldn't be stuck at this level. Now, in the previous video, we talked about a very specific mindset shift that helped me qualify for Division 1. But this video is 10 times more important, because for the first time, you will finally understand where your mindset comes from and how to change your mindset so that you can improve a lot faster. Like, there is a reason why you're watching YouTube videos instead of playing scrims and VOD reviewing and doing all of the things that you know you should be doing. You might think that you're just lazy, but that's not the real problem. That is only a symptom of a much deeper phenomenon: your self-image. Your self-image or identity is one of the biggest predictors of your success. If you see yourself as a winner, then you start acting like one. If you see yourself as a loser, then guess what? You're gonna lose. And not because you lack the skills, but because you're acting in alignment with who you believe you are. So where does this identity come from? Well, it all stems from your experiences. From the moment you were born, your brain has been constantly absorbing information, kind of like a sponge. But to make room for more information, your brain had to store this information somewhere. And this is what we call the subconscious. The subconscious mind controls pretty much everything you do. This is where all of your habits are formed. When you wake up and when you go to sleep, whether you eat pizzas and donuts or chicken and rice, and whether you play scrims and VOD review, or you just sit on TikTok scrolling for hours on end. It all starts in your subconscious mind, whether you realize it or not. Now, this becomes super important when trying to achieve a goal, like going pro in Fortnite. Because if you have the wrong beliefs, the wrong information, then you won't make any progress. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because there are different types of beliefs. I already mentioned the self-image, which is the collection of beliefs that you have about yourself. And then there is your worldview, so all of the beliefs that you have about how the world works. And finally, we have your mindset. And this includes all of the beliefs that are relevant to your goal. So here's an example. Some people will say things like, Kovacs doesn't work for me, or I don't need aim training. My aim is already good enough. Because of a belief like this, they're not gonna play Kovacs. And so they won't get any of the benefits that Kovacs brings. So sometimes your beliefs can be incorrect, or they are just not helping you achieve the goal that you want. And so you would like to change these beliefs, but this is surprisingly difficult. And that's because your brain treats these beliefs like it's a matter of life and death. You believe that if you jump off a cliff, that you're probably gonna fall and die. And so it's pretty useful that you believe in gravity, because otherwise you would be in serious danger. But that is how your brain feels about all your beliefs. If you had the wrong information and the wrong beliefs, then your brain just begins to panic, because your brain just hates being wrong. Like, imagine being wrong about gravity. Now, when you apply this to a goal like going pro in Fortnite, some players will have the belief like, it's just too hard, or this game is all about luck, or I don't have the right genetics. When you adopt a mindset like this, then becoming a pro is almost impossible. No matter how hard you try, you're not gonna see any results. Because now you're not just competing against other players, you're battling against your own mind. But after researching and learning and thinking about this topic for dozens of hours, I found a way you could actually beat the battle against your own mind. And it's by using the same mechanism that you use to form the beliefs in the first place. So let's say you believe that you are one of the biggest grinders in the world. Like, you work harder than anyone. This is a self-image belief. Now, because your brain always wants to be right, you're gonna start acting in alignment with that belief. You'll start to put in more hours, playing Kovacs, playing scrims, playing tokens, VOD reviewing. And then what happens at the end of the day, you will look back and think, wow, I actually put in the work. I'm actually one of the biggest grinders. And so you are affirming and confirming your identity that you are one of the biggest grinders in the world. The opposite could also happen. If a part of you believes that you are a failure in life and that everything you do, you just mess it up and you could never be successful in anything, and then that's probably what's gonna happen. You'll wake up without motivation, you're gonna scroll TikTok for hours, you're not gonna do anything useful, just so that your brain can say, you see, I am a failure, I cannot be successful at anything. Your brain is just constantly looking for proof that the original belief is correct. It was the psychologist Carl Jung who said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. So first we have to become aware of all of the negative beliefs that you have. I mean, how are you supposed to fight an enemy if you don't even know what the enemy is? Now the next step is to find evidence that contradicts the original negative belief. So if you believe that you are a failure in life and that you could never achieve anything, then all you have to do is just find one small thing that contradicts this belief. Think back to one small accomplishment, one thing you're proud of, and it really doesn't matter how small it is. It could literally be, I brushed my teeth in the morning, and I didn't mess that up, so at least I'm successful at brushing my teeth. And so you prove to yourself that it is possible to be successful at something. And if you can be successful at one thing, you can be successful at another thing. So with the confidence you gain from that small win, you can maybe move on to something bigger, like playing Kovacs. And even if you only play like 5 minutes, 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes. So that's again one small accomplishment. Over time, you can slowly start to convince yourself that, hey, I am not a failure. There are actually things that I can be successful at. This is how you slowly change your identity and your mindset. And in the exact same way, you can develop positive beliefs. Like, I am one of the best players to ever touch this game. At first, your brain is just gonna reject this information, like, hell no, that's not true. I'm one of the worst players in this game. But then you start to put in some practice and you become a little better. And then you think to yourself, I'm actually starting to become a pretty decent player in this game. And then you're gonna start acting in alignment with that new belief. You're gonna start grinding even more, you're gonna put in more work, and you're gonna get even better. And before you know it, the belief that you previously rejected is now starting to feel true. So from now on, I want you to be very conscious of the beliefs that you have about yourself, that you have about your goals. And if you notice that one of those beliefs is holding you back, then it might be worth to change them. Because at the end of the day, you will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. And as long as you keep reinforcing the right beliefs and keep putting in the work, success in this game and in life is inevitable. Now, if you want me to make a video going into the specific beliefs that are necessary to go pro in Fortnite, then just comment the word mindset. If enough people comment mindset in the comment section, then I'll make that video. Now don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Keep grinding, boys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.